Hello, this is Lucy for the Scrapbook Cottage in Winnipeg. I'm today going to be making what I call cute, quick, and easy 4.5 by 5.5 album. Not very original, but it is 4.5 by 5.5, and it is quick, it is cute, and it is easy. So I'm not lying. So we'll get started. I'm going to start off by showing you what it looks like. So this is what it is. It's really tiny. So when we open it, we've got a flap here. We have a pocket here, and I just took some of the leftover pieces of ephemera or of the 3x5s, and you can put pictures on the back and stick them back in here. There's another flap here. You can put a picture on both sides if you wish. Then we open it. I think this is 5x5. You can put a cute little picture there, another one here. We've turned the page. Here's another flap with pictures, another flap that opens up here. 5x5. Another page, and at the back, a page that opens up like this. And you can put more pictures on the back. That's the back. I'm holding it closed with ribbon. All of that is in your kit if you have bought a kit. So it's cute. It's good for a few little pictures. If you want to document a something special that happened during the summer, this paper is just great. What I did to make things a little different was I used a punch, and I made kind of different edges on some of these. I won't be doing that today in the video, but you can see what that looks like. Perfect. Let's get started. Let me get my tools here. Does this look like I'm ready? Okay, I'm going to start by scoring. You have one piece that says cover, and so we are going to score it on the 9.5. So whenever I'm making an album and I say score on whatever, that means that's the top of where you're scoring. Okay, so on 9.5 at 4 3/8, 2 3/8, and at 5 1/8. So right there. So you can see what we've done is we have created our little book with our spine. Tiny spine. Okay, we're going to set that aside, and we're going to look at our pages. So we have page A. That is, we're going to score on 7.5 at 1/2 and at 4.5. Okay, we have another one, B, and we're going to score it on the 5.5 at 1/2. And I just want something to, okay, C is 5.5, oh, is it 6.5, sorry, long. And we're going to score this at 1/2 on the two short ends. So 1/2 here, and it's 6.5, so we're going to score at 6 here. And then 1 on the long side, so at 1/2 here. And you could probably guess what this is. It's going to be a pocket. We have one that's 5.5, 4 1/4 this way. We want to score on the 4 1/4 at 1/2. We have a long one here, 8 1/4, and we want to score it at 4 and 4 1/4. So a tiny little gusset. We have 2 of these that are 4 inches wide. And on the 4 inches, we're going to score it a half. And we're going to do that with both of them. And again, we have 2 that are 5 1/2 long, and we're going to score at a half. Both of them. We have one that's 4 3/4, 5 1/2 by 4 3/4. We want the 4 3/4 on the top, and we're going to score at a half. And then a itsy bitsy one, a 3 by 5, we're just going to leave it alone. Okay, we're going to put tape on all of our scored pieces. I like to put the tape on the the valley side or the indented, not on the bumpy. Okay, so the tape goes on the indented. And we're going to put tape on all of these like this. On the pockets, you don't need to put tape on the square and on the end. I did here, but you don't need to because it's going to get cut off. There we go. I'm going to leave that one alone for now. It's a cute little album that you could make with children, with your daughter or granddaughter who wants to create with you. It would be an easy one for her or him to do. So we've added tape. We're going to now flip them over and we're going to miter. And mitering simply means from the, let's see it better here maybe, from the score line in just a little bit. Just enough to clean it up, okay? It's easier to see, I think, from this side. When you're doing the pocket, we're going to cut right through the X. Right through the X that the score line's made. Do that with all of them. Okay, now we're going to burnish. Going to fold and burnish. So we're going to fold with that down, and I like to burnish on the paper side, not on the souquin. Okay, if you burnish on the souquin, it might cause it to ripple and kind of look like bacon, you know, when it's frying. So we'd rather have it just laid flat. And we always fold towards the mountain. So I'm going to fold this one. We haven't added tape to it yet, but we're going to fold it, burnish it. Come on. Always folding with the tape down. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to take A, which is this one, I believe. Let's just check this out. Yes, this is A. We're going to adhere it to the right side of the album cover, to the right side. So if I say that this is my front, the right side, we're going to adhere this to the right side here. Okay? So, if you're nervous about putting it all down and it not being in the right place, just only take a little bit off. Use this side as your measure to make sure that you're on the right spot. And then you could put the other one down. Hold it, and you've got it done. Okay? So we have that in. Okay, B, which is, I think, this little guy. We are going to adhere it to the left side of the album cover, and we're going to fold in. Oh, I think did I score this on the wrong side? Here to left side of album, fold in. Aha, I did. Okay, so B, score on, so it's score on 3.5, not 5.5. So if you look at B, this is what we should have done. This is too big. Yeah, it's this one. And my instructions are wrong. So please do it on the 3.5. So I'm just going to cut myself another piece here. If you did it on the wrong side too, then find yourself a little scrap of black paper, and think we all have lots of it. So it's got to be 5.5 by 3.5. Okay. And we're going to take this piece and we are going to score it on the 3.5 at a half. That I think will be much better because it has to go here. Yes. Okay, we're going to put tape on that. And I'm going to miter and burnish. Okay, now your instructions are right. for B, it said cut 3.5 by 5.5, score on 3.5. And we're going to put it on the left side of the album cover, folded in. So it's going to go here. Okay. So again, we can just work with this side and make sure that I've got it nice and straight in that corner. Now I can put the rest down and pull this off, and it sits nicely. Okay, we're gonna burnish that nicely. There we go. Okay, C. C is the pocket. It says adhere to left inside of album, making pockets. So to the left side, so that's here, this is the left side, and we're going to put the pocket right here. Okay, right here. So I'm going to take the bottom off first and put it in there. I like to work this way, I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and not on this score line, because we want to be able to fold it, but right next to it. And now we can take this tape off. And have it lay down. There we go. It's our left side. To the right side of front album cover, we're going to put our D, which I believe, yeah, it's this one. So this is, we're going to adhere to the right side of front cover, across from the pocket. Okay, so across from the pocket, we are going to put this one. Just checking on my little book that I have made and see if indeed that's what I did. Okay, having issues. Okay, so okay, so we're gonna put it here. Okay, so here's the pocket. Here's that flap. We're gonna put it here, across from the pocket, kind of over the pocket, I guess. Okay, and it's hard to tell when you're working on black. Okay, right here. And lost my bone folder. I have another one. There we go. Okay. All right, that was D. E. We're going to adhere this little guy, this little spine with the tiny spine. We're going to adhere him onto the spine of our book in the middle of that. Okay, so we need to have some really tiny tape. Let's see. Will this work? We need to, if you don't have this tape, you could use a bead of wet glue. I prefer tape. Books that I've made that are in the store for like 5 years are still looking good. They're not falling apart. So I kind of swear by Sue Quang. I use glue for some things that don't, you know, I don't have to have it live for a whole long time, but okay. So I find the easiest way is to do this and then figure out half. We could also measure, okay? so this is 3/4 of an inch. Half of 3/4 of 6/8 is 3/8. So it's got to go here. So it's got to go like halfway on this line. Okay, so I'm not sure I like that idea, but if it's not super exactly centered, it's not a great big deal. Okay, so it's pretty well centered. I think I did okay there. All right. E. There's one E, or are there two E's? E is 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. Where is E? Did I not cut it? These are certainly not 8 1/4 long. Okay, again, we need extra paper. I will check to make sure that that's in your books, okay? By 5 1/2, that's a really big piece. 5 1/2, 8 1/4. Okay, I'm gonna have to score this guy. I scored one at 4 4 1/4. Did I not? That is E. Okay, that was E that we did. Okay, so now I'm on F. And they are 4 by 5 1/2. These guys are right. Okay, we're going to adhere these F to the outside edges of E. So we're going to adhere these to the outside of these. So one will be here and the other one here. Okay. It's just so we can make kind of pamphlets out of them. Okay, let's make sure that we're putting them. Okay. This is part of it, so I'm going to put it here. And the other one on the outside of this one. So okay, that one, and we're doing this one now. Not quite exact. Okay. All right, so these guys are there. F, now G. G is these guys. And these guys are going to go to the top, on top of E pages. Okay, so we're going to put them. Okay. E was the one that was the long one. So this is E here. Okay. So I'm going to put one on the outside of E here. And you know what? If you don't put it exactly the same place as I do, who's going to know? You do not have to report to me to tell me how you did. No one else, unless you're making it with a friend and I'm going to center it here. And the friend, you know, knows that, oh my goodness, you didn't put it exactly on the same page that Lucy told you to. It's not going to matter, really. Okay, so like this, this opens. Now I'm going to put the next one on here. I'm going to flip it upside down. That's how I work best. And I'm going to center it as best I can by my eyeball again. There's very little. There we go. Okay. So we've got this going on right now. Okay. So, oh, this has to go in. Yep, like that. Okay, what do we have left? H. We have an H, and that goes to the left side of the back cover. Okay, so back cover. This is the back cover, right? So it's going to go on the left side. We put one on the right. We're going to put this one on the left. Okay, be careful not to put it on the score line. We don't want it, there's a score line there. We don't want it on there. Just a little bit off that score line. And straight down. Okay. And that's what we have left. It says tuck into the pocket. And we're done. How quick and easy is that, right? Now, in your kit, you have some ribbon. I gave you one long piece. What I'd say I do is what I always do is I take sukwang and I put a piece of sukwang about there and the same distance at the back. Okay, and I glue my piece onto there. I gave you about 10 inches. So, you know, I don't think, I looked at it and thought, I wonder if I could use a magnet, but I don't think so because there's so many pages that are in between. You don't, I mean, it sits closed very nicely. You wouldn't even need the ribbon if you didn't want to. But that's what it is. It's this little book that we have just finished making. No chipboard, very easy to make. Like I said, what did it take us? Like 20 minutes? It's super easy. So I hope you have fun with it. Hope you have fun making it. And remember the extra little change that we had to make. B, show you on my sheet. Okay, it's 3.5 by 5.5, score on 3.5. Otherwise, it just won't fit. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk again. Bye.